we're going to teach the principles of mechanical advantage. We can use mechanical advantage to assist a climber or haul a climber. Climbers will use this when they're big wall climbing and hauling big loads. And so here we're going to teach the principles of how we add up mechanical advantage, going from 1 to 1 to 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 6 to 1, 9 to 1, and so on. And so here we've got a climber, okay? And I'm using something here that I want it to be able to move, right? So here's our climber, our little dog, and this is our anchor. As you can see over here, a big rock with some bolts in it. I've got my 10-year-old daughter, 11-year-old daughter now, since she just had a birthday. She's filming. I'm going to be asking her some questions because I figure if I can teach an 11-year-old mechanical advantage, then I've done a good job. So first, let's talk about the basics here. And so first, here's my anchor, and I'm going to put a belay device on this to make it relatively realistic.
We're not using a locker. Oh, wait, now we are.
Alright, so there's our belay setup here. So now, when I pull, okay, whatever amount of force I pull right here with my right hand, there should be an equal amount of force felt on the climber here. So we call this 1 to 1, okay? So, for every unit of force I pull, there should be an equal amount of force on the climber, although in the real world, there's friction and things like that that affect how much we can actually pull, but still, this is just 1 to 1. I pull here, and the climber comes up. Now, what's really important here is you might think like, well, if I pull here on the brake strand, is this like getting me some mechanical advantage? And this is where we get into a principle of mechanical advantage that every time there's a direction change, which I do have here, that moves, I add to it. But here, this anchor is not moving. So I don't get to add anything to this. So hence, even pulling here, it's 1 to 1, and it's actually going to be a lot harder because of the friction of it being redirected through the belay device. So this is 1 to 1. Okay? Now, let's add some things here. Okay? Next, if we were to do this, I need to change this up a little bit. If I were to do this, okay, if I were to have the end of the rope up here, and I'm pulling, the anchor is staying in place, I'm pulling the rope up, okay, this is a direction change, and it's moving. You can see the truck moving with me. So our rule in mechanical advantage is that this is a plus, okay? So we are getting some mechanical advantage here. We're adding to this. And the way this works here is I'm pulling 1 unit of force. It hits this carabiner, it's moving, so there's a plus. There's another 1 there going up to the anchor where it stops. You notice that it wasn't moving through the belay device. So this then, Selah, what is this? Is this 1 to 1 like what we had before? Or what has happened here? I have 1 plus 1.
2.
2. So this is 2 to 1. Where this comes right here. So it dead ends right here. Now, and notice here, when I pull, look how much rope I'm pulling to get it to move 1 foot. Can you see that at all, Selah?
Yes.
And that's one of the principles of mechanical advantage is, while it is theoretically easier for me to pull this because I'm getting this mechanical advantage, theoretically it should be about half as hard to pull up this climber. I have to pull twice as much rope. Okay, Selah, you got that?
Yep.
That's 2 to 1. So again, every time there's a direction change that moves, like we have here, we get a plus. So I pull 1 unit of force, plus here, there's still 1 here, it dead ends, so I have 2 to 1. Okay? All right, ready for the next one?
Yep.
All right, I have all my numbers over here. I want to keep them organized. All right, so now let's go back. Put our climber back on belay.
Our little puppy dog climber.
Our little puppy dog climber. So one of the principles here in Mechanical Advantage is it makes it easier to pull, but it takes more rope to pull. So now I'm going to clean this up real quick.
You could pull it in a little.
Okay, again, we're back to just our normal belay system. This is 1-to-1, correct?
Yep.
Yep, so every time I pull 1 unit of force, okay, so here's I'm pulling 1 unit of force here, okay, and because it stops right there, it doesn't move, we still have just 1, right? Now we're going to add some things here. I'm going to add a friction hitch here. We're going to build a 3-to-1. To make this a little quicker and easier, I am going to use just a tie block instead of tying friction hitches here. Okay. Okay. Oops, I put it on the right direction. Kind of weird, like putting a tie block on when it's on the ground. Trying to figure out which side is up. Okay. So there, and I'm going to try to make the ropes nice and smooth here for you. Okay.
Ooh, I know this.
So, you what? Oh, you know this already. Well, let's add it up and see if we can do this.
I
okay?
remember this.
Oh, you remember this? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's add this up.
From El Cap.
Okay. So we have 1 unit that I'm pulling right here. Okay. All right. Okay. And then it hits this tie block, this friction hitch. This is what we call a tractor. A tractor is something that helps pull, right? And so this is a tractor. Could be a friction hitch or a tie block. Could be a Jumar, right? An ascender. Okay. And it hits this right here. And what's happening right here? Sorry. All right, so it hits this right here, and we've got 1 right there, right? Okay. And then here's where I'm pulling, though, right? Sorry. Let me go back. Here's where I'm pulling. I'm pulling 1 unit of force right here. Correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So what happens right here when it hits this friction hitch? What's happening?
It cuts the amount of weight in half.
Well, and what's happening here though? Is this a direction change?
Yes.
Is it moving?
No.
Is it moving?
Well, now it is.
Well, when I pull on it, it moves, right?
Yes.
So what do we get there? We get a plus, right?
Yep.
So that 1 continues up, and what's it do here? It has a
Direction change.
Is it moving?
Yes.
Is the anchor moving?
Oh, well, no. No.
No. Okay, so that 1 comes down. Okay. And then it hits this and continues through that. There's no direction change here, right? If it's in a straight line there. Okay, so we have 1 and 1. This is 2 right here, right?
Mhm.
Okay, plus this 1 coming down. So what do we have total?
3-to-1.
Okay, this is a 3-to-1. Okay? So this is where we have 3. So we have this 2 right here from this strand here. Okay, I'm pulling 1, direction change, it's moving. Okay, that 1 dead ends there, so we add it up to 2. This 1 that's also being pulled up, see how it's being pulled? Okay, but this is not a direction change, so we don't get to add any mechanical advantage there. That 1 travels down, adds up to the 2, we end up with 3 total. So that's a 3-to-1. You got that, Selah?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Let's see what we can do to add on here. Let me pick up my cards. Oh, actually, let me just keep the cards there. I forgot, I wanted to do 1 more. Okay, what if I do this? People do this once in a while. They'll redirect the brake strand up here so they can pull on it off of their harness. Okay, so if I'm pulling here,
that was what she did on it.
am I going to add some mechanical advantage? So let's add this up. So here's, I'll pull the cards back. We'll see if it changes the numbers, okay?
Dad, I remember this from El Cap.
Yeah, so I have 1, direction change, but does it move?
No.
No, so do we add anything?
No.
No. So that one comes down.
But that
Direction
moves.
change. This one does move. So do we add?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What's going on right here in this line?
There's a direction change, and then it goes back up.
Yeah, and so we have this one still keeps
And
going.
then one, yeah.
And it hits this.
Direction change,
which
not
we put as-
moving.
It's not moving, so do we add?
No.
No, but there's still 1 unit of
Yeah.
force coming down here, right? At this 1 and 1, we have a 2, right? We know that. And this one comes down, we still just have a 3. So this is a redirected 3 to 1, but you don't add any mechanical advantage. It might make it easier to pull because when we're hauling, we can tie a knot here and clip in with our harness and like use our body weight, but there's more friction involved here too, so it may not be as efficient. So that's just a 3 to 1 redirected. Doesn't add any mechanical advantage over the regular 3 to 1. Cool?
Yep.
All right. Good. All right. Next. What are we going to do next? All right. So let's keep that set up there. And we're going to add another. All right. So here's what we're going to do now. Add a tie block here. Okay, so now here's where I'm going to pull right here. This is where I'm pulling. This cord right, this yellow sling right here. You got it? Okay.
Yep.
So now let's add this up and see what we get. Okay? So first, let's start right here. Right here, how much force am I pulling with my hand? What unit am I pulling?
1.
Just 1. That's all I can pull, right? So I get a 1, okay?
Yeah.
I have a direction change, right?
It's moving.
And it's moving.
So plus.
So I get a plus there, okay? And then it comes up. So this 1 is still traveling, right? And what happens here?
It stops.
Boom, it stops. So what is this right here?
2.
This is a 2 to 1 right here. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, great. But now look how this is pulling the rope. So what unit of force am I pulling on this rope right now when I pull on the yellow?
So when you pull on the yellow, you're pulling 2.
Yes. See this 2 right here?
Ooh, yeah.
Good job. That's a 2. All right. Okay, so we got a 2. What happens right there?
Direction change and it's moving, so plus.
And that's a plus. Great. And then what's happening to that 2? Remember that 2 unit of force?
It has a plus, and then it's going.
It's still traveling.
It's still traveling, and then
Boom.
it has a direction change, but it's not stopping, so we don't add.
We don't add.
And then that's just a 1.
Wait, but the 2
Well,
turns
2,
into
yeah.
a 1?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't turn into 1.
Ah.
It's still a 2.
So what's it do?
It's a 6.
Well, it turns into, it stays a 2. So what do we have right here?
4.
4. And then this 2 is going down here. So what do we have total?
6 or
6.
yeah.
Okay. So let's just walk through that again, right? I pulled 1 unit of force here. Direction change, and it's moving, right? Because I
Pull
pull
the
it, and it's
climber
moving up. So that 1 keeps going. We have a plus there, so that's a 2. That means when I pull here, I'm putting 2 units of force here, right? That 2 goes into here. This is a direction change and it's moving, so it's a plus. So that 2 keeps going. It's a direction change, but it's not moving. So that 2 keeps traveling down. Here's the 2. So we have a 4 here because of that plus. 2 plus 2, right? 2 plus 2 there is a 4. So 2 plus that 4 is a 6 to 1. And what I want you to see is see how it's a C shape and this is a Z shape?
Mhm.
So that 3 to 1 we'll call a 3 to 1 Z. And this C system, often you'll hear people say a 2 to 1 Z on top of a 2 to 1 C on top of a 3 to 1 Z, and that's where you get a 6 to 1. Cool?
Okay. Cool.
All right. You following along?
Yep, yep.
All right, good. All right, let's change something up here now. Okay. So that's our 6 to 1. That's a big mechanical advantage, right?
Woohoo! Really big.
But keep in mind, that means if I pull, you know, a unit of force, I'm getting a whole bunch of help here, but I also have to pull 6 times as much rope. So I have to pull a lot of rope to get this climber to move. All right, so let me get these other cards here now. So now we've got our 3 to 1, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna pretend that this could be like my clove hitch that I'm tied in with. Okay, we'll make it a clove hitch. So often we can use the backside of our clove. I'm not using lock and carabiners here just because it's
What are
easier.
we gonna pretend is you?
This is me over here. Okay, we'll just put me out of the way. This is the backside of my clove.
Okay.
Okay, see, backside of my clove. But notice it's on the anchor and it's a knot there, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So. All right. So. All right. So let me get my cards here. Oops, I forgot. Oh, I needed the carabiner. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to tie a knot right here. Okay. Then. Okay. All right. All right, climber, go down there. Okay, so now I'm using the backside of my clove right here, okay, to pull, oops, shoot, oh, here, sorry, I got myself messed up, okay, all right.
I thought you might
Okay.
have.
All right, let me just clean that up. Okay, so here we go. So now, here's my belay strand, and I'm pulling. So what unit of force can I pull right there?
1.
Okay, a 1. Do I have a direction change?
Yes.
Okay, and is it moving?
Yes.
Okay,
So plus. And then 1 again.
okay. All right, so I've got a plus. So what do we have right there at that point?
2.
Okay, that's 2. Good job. Let me find my 2. All right, so here we have a 2, right? Okay. But notice, like, what's happening here. I have a 1 to 1. I start to get lost. Where were we? We were pulling
2.
here. Okay, 1. We have a 2. 1. And what's this coming down?
That's a direction change and it stopped, so that's just a 2.
Wait, this is a 1, right?
Oh.
This is a 1 here, right? So this
Oh yeah,
adds up to
that's
2.
that's a 1.
So this is a 1. Okay, there we go. So we have a 1 here. Okay, we have a 2 there. We have a 1. And then what's happening right here with this 2? Okay, let's look at
It's
this 2.
pulling up the
Okay, so we have
another
2 here.
direction change.
We have another direction change here. So what
Plus,
happens there? And it's
and then
moving.
Plus 2
Not only is it a
equals
direction change, but what's happening to that direction change?
it's moving.
So what's that mean?
Plus
Okay.
2 equals 4.
Ah, so we have a 4 right here. Great.
Good.
Okay, so what do we have in the system now? We have a 4 here. We have a 1 coming down.
So 4 to 1 at this point.
Is that a 4 to 1?
No, it's not, but
Okay, so we have, from pulling this right here, right, we're getting 2 units of force here, plus 2, we have 4 right here, right, at this tie lock. We still have this 1, remember this 1 from up here? What happens to this 1?
it goes down to the climber.
Okay, and what happens to it?
It comes in with the 4 to make a 5.
Ah, this is a 5 to 1 then. So this ends up being a 5 to 1. And the reason why you might set up a 5 to 1 is because you get to use the backside of your clove, okay? and you didn't have to use an additional friction hitch. So you see how we're able to add a bunch of mechanical advantage on top of where we had a 3-to-1 built, but we're doing it without adding another friction hitch. And this can be really helpful using. We could also, instead of using the backside of our clove hitch, we could use like a cordelette or even a long sling. We could put a long sling in here and build that 5-to-1. Okay? Now, all right, let's undo this.
4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, put everything back.
But again, you have to pull 5 times as much rope.
You gotta pull 5 times as much rope, right? So
The easier it is, the more rope it is. So it's almost not easier.
Maybe it's not even easier, right? That's a good point, right? Okay, so now let's go. Okay, so let me build this.
My toes got in the
Okay,
camera.
what do we have right here, by the way?
Right there?
Yeah.
That is a 3-to-1.
A 3-to-1. Okay, so here I'm going to do this.
Whee! Keeps going back and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1.
Okay. All right. So there.
Okay. Woohoo!
All right. Start looking at what we've got here. Let me grab my card so we can add this up. All right. Okay. So, what am I pulling right here?
1.
A 1. Okay. What happens
The
right
direction change, it's moving, so a +1,
here? Okay,
which
so
makes
it's a
it
plus.
2.
Plus 1. So that means it's a 2. Okay. All right.
And then it goes back up to a direction change that is not moving. So you don't add anything on, so it's still a 1.
Right. This right here, we don't add anything.
So it's still a 1.
Okay.
Right?
It's still a 1.
Yep. And then it keeps going down through the tile.
Let's make sure you're adding this up right. Let's see here. We got a 1 and a 1.
1, the plus.
Pulling.
Up.
Notice this is moving. Okay, so, all right, 1 plus 1. Okay, here's our plus. So we know we have 2 there. And then this 1 is coming down, right? What happens to this 1 that's coming here? Do I have another 1? I got a 1 in here somewhere. This one is coming down
And it just
still.
keeps going straight.
What do we do with this?
2, and so that's a 3 right there.
Aha, that's where I was trying to get you to go, right? Okay, so we had that 1-to-1.
And then we have another
1 plus 1
direction
equals
change
2.
that's moving.
Okay,
So
that's
then
3.
that's a 3 plus 3.
Yeah, so what happens
So
to
that's a
this?
6.
Right, there's 3.
That's
So this is a 6. Where'd my 6 go?
over there.
Pick up the 6. Uh-oh. I got a 6 in here somewhere. Uh-oh, I had a 6. Where did my 6 go?
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is a 6 right here.
And then it goes back up to where it's not moving. So
Okay.
it's still a 6. And then it goes back through. Well, that's a 3. And so it's a 3, and then it goes into the 6. So that's a 9-to-1.
This is a 9-to-1.
So you have so it's easier, but it's all you pull 9 times as much rope.
Yeah, so this is a 3-to-1Z on top of a 3-to-1Z. Okay?
3 to
And
1.
again, just to walk back through it, I know we got a little caught up there for a second. Just we have a lot of rope going on here, right? We're pulling one. We're pulling right here.
Well,
Here's
if you
one.
want to haul, you better make sure you
Plus
take a
1.
long
That
rope.
1 keeps going. Here's that 1. Those added up to 2, but then we still have this one going because it's still alive, right? If this was a knot here, it would just stop that 1. But because it's not an addition, there's not a movement here, but there is a direction change. That 1 is still alive. So that's why we add up that 1 to the 2 to get 3 right here. And then that's why that 3, direction change, there's a plus there, right? So that turns into 6 with that 3 still traveling. It's moving through the gree. So that 3 comes down here, meets with the 6, and yeah, we got a 9 to 1. Okay, so there you go. So mechanical advantage, you can keep adding on to that. If we added a 3 to 1 Z on top of this, 3 to 1 Z on top of 3 to 1 Z, what would this be?
A really big, lots of rope to haul up.
I'll give you a hint. What's 3 times 9?
I don't care.
Yeah, you know what 3 times 9 is. We put another 3 to 1 on top of this 9 to 1.
It's 27 to 1.
27 to 1.
So you have to haul 27 times as much rope.
Yeah. So that's how we do mechanical advantage. And in this course, all you have to do is 3 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. That's it. But it's important to understand how this all gets added up and how you can go bigger and bigger and bigger. And often in this class, we break carabiners for fun. We tape the gates open and break them. But to break them, we typically have to build some big mechanical advantage in there, sometimes into the 27 to 1 range.